Welcome to the Craig Jones BJJ Talk. Today on TB we're going to be talking about Craig Jones. Stick around because we're going to talk about Craig Jones' accomplishments, his influences, and jiu-jitsu style. And a little bit about his instructor as well. Craig Jones is a black belt under Lachlan Giles. Lachlan's nickname is Lucky. Lucky competed in the EBI before Craig Jones did. Lucky also has a YouTube channel that I happen to enjoy, by the way. Craig Jones actually competed against Lucky one time in a competition where Craig Jones won by a arm triangle choke. Craig Jones is part of Absolute MMA, and he usually competes at about 200 pounds. That's about 90 kilograms. So let's talk about some of his accomplishments. He got third place at Kasai 5 Grand Prix in 2019, first place in ADCC Asian and Oceania Trials, Polaris 205-pound champion in 2018, Polaris 185-pound champion in 2019, third place EBI 11 Invitational in 2017, and he got second place in EBI 14 in 2017. And the only person he lost to on that one was Gordon Ryan. He actually performed very well. And now let's talk a little bit about his background. So Craig was born in 1991 in Adelaide, Australia. As a young man, Craig learned a little bit of judo and taekwondo before he started learning jiu-jitsu. And it was at the age of 15 that he finally found jiu-jitsu, and the main reason was because he wanted to compete in the UFC eventually and become UFC champion. And when he did start jiu-jitsu, he was thrown in there with the adults, and he feels that it helped him to develop a very good guard game. And he also feels that it helped him to be able to learn to protect himself while he's on bottom, because he was always dealing with much larger and stronger opponents from the get-go. He said that he didn't really start working on leg locks until he was preparing for an ADCC competition. Some of the extra exercises that he does to prepare for jiu-jitsu is he does a little bit of swimming and weightlifting. And he says that the swimming he does mostly for cardio, and that the underwater swimming helps him to learn to kind of relax under stressful situations. I actually found that this helped me too, because when you swim underwater, it really forces you to be able to control yourself and not use any extra effort more than you need to, because you'll run out of oxygen really quick that way. That's just a side note. Anyway, Craig Jones said that up until his brown belt, he trained mostly in the gi, and he did no gi about once a week. And then when he got his brown belt, it was about 50-50, gi and no gi. It wasn't until he got his black belt that he trained mostly no gi, and it was to prepare for competitions. His favorite grappler is Braulio Estima. Another big match that he had was with Paul Harris, but he said that Paul Harris kind of stalled most of the time. He said that his favorite match was when he went against Keenan the second time, because he felt that he had improved quite a bit from the first time that he went against Keenan. He felt that he was mostly dominated on the first time. I first noticed Craig Jones when he competed in EBI 2. So in EBI 2, he went up against all these different competitors, and he was just finishing them with leg locks pretty quickly. And at the end, he went against Craig Jones, and that was the main person who finally beat him. But that still demonstrated a huge amount of knowledge in jiu-jitsu. But it was in ADCC in 2017 that Craig Jones really gained a lot of notoriety when he submitted Leandro Lo by a rear naked choke. Nobody saw this coming, and that's when he really hit fame. So Craig Jones actually said that after that fight, his life changed. And how exciting. He said that suddenly a lot of the sponsors that he had reached out to finally started sending him emails. That must have been a pretty exciting time for him. Craig is most known for his leg lock attacks. He does use a lot of conventional leg lock entries, but some of his leg lock entries seem to be unique to himself. He also is known for having a very strong Z guard, but I feel that his reverse X guard is what really catches a lot of people by surprise. That's because the reverse X guard is a lot less common. So if you'd like to see more videos like this where I talk about jiu-jitsu practitioners and a little bit of their history and their accomplishments, then go ahead and hit this link right here in the corner and you'll be on your way, okay? Thank you.